Have you ever thought that maybe an ancient spiritual text isn't just a book of wisdom, but a technical manual? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're taking the Sutra of Great Compassion and looking at it through the lens of modern systems architecture. So let's get into what might just be the ultimate blueprint for engineering reality itself. Okay, this line right here, this is the key to the whole thing. Let's just toss out the idea that a vow is some kind of wish or a simple prayer. No. The source material here reframes a vow as a line of code. It's a command you are literally inputting into the operating system of the cosmos to define the reality you intend to create. So if vows are code, then who are the programmers? And how exactly do they work? In this first part, we're going to explore how spiritual intention isn't just a passive feeling. It's the active, hands-on process of designing a brand new cosmic operating system. Okay, so this is a really important distinction we need to make right off the bat. A bodhisattva, think of them less as a saint and more as a cosmic systems architect. They are in the design phase, literally writing the code and laying out the blueprint for their ideal universe. A Buddha, on the other hand, well, that's the finished product. That's the fully compiled, deployed, bug-free system that's up and running perfectly. You've got the architect, and then you've got the finished architecture. So, how does an architect actually guarantee that their grand design will become a reality? Well, there's a process for that, and it's called Vyakarana. And you can think of this as a kind of result-locking protocol. Now, to be super clear, this isn't some vague prophecy. It's more like the universe's version of a code review. It's a confirmation that the bodhisattva's vows, their code, is solid and that it will compile and be executed in the future. It basically turns a maybe into a definitely happening. All right, so every good developer, every architect needs a solid toolkit, right? So now let's pop the hood and look at the actual software modules, the APIs, and the protocols that a bodhisattva uses to engineer their perfect world. Wow, okay, this table just lays it out so perfectly. Different bodhisattvas are like specialist developers, each with their own unique skill set. Take Pusyan, for instance. Their specialty, synchronized scaling, basically upgrading a whole bunch of worlds all at the same time. Then you've got Akshobhya, who is all about a no-regression architecture, a stable system where once you've leveled up, you can't fall back. Others build things like universal broadcast systems. Each one is architecting a unique feature set for reality. It's incredible. So you're probably wondering what's powering all these incredible abilities. Well, the text points to something called samadhi. But this isn't just about deep concentration. In this model, samadhi is like getting root access or admin privileges for the mind's own operating system. Different kinds of samadhi are like specific API calls that unlock these amazing system-level functions. So you've built this amazing software update. How do you actually push it out to the users? Well, it turns out there are 3 different communication protocols. First up is fragrance. This works on a subconscious level. It's more of an atmospheric influence. Then there's light, which is all about cognitive awakening, that aha moment of insight that just cuts through all the confusion. And finally, you have sound, which is the data layer. That's for broadcasting explicit teachings and information. Okay, we've seen the architect, we've seen the toolkit, now for the fun part. Let's look at the final deployed product. What does it actually feel like to live inside a perfectly programmed reality? A pure land designed for the ultimate user experience. And no, seriously, just pause and think about that for a second. If you had a completely blank slate, if you could design a reality from the ground up, what would that perfect user experience even be? What features would you make sure to include? Well, according to this cosmic blueprint, the ultimate UX looks a lot like a piece of perfectly coded software. I mean, think about it. No error states, which means no suffering, 0 regression bugs, so you never lose your progress, an automated upgrade path where beings just naturally get better. The system even optimizes your cognitive state, getting rid of bugs like desire and wrong views. The user interface is flawless. And this is the real kicker. The whole point isn't just to write a better help manual for people. No, the goal is to build an entire environment so perfectly designed that awakening isn't something you struggle for, it's the system's default setting. The architecture itself makes the transformation automatic. And you might be thinking, okay, that's great for one person, but what about scale? Oh, this system is built for scale. We're talking massive throughput. The text describes times when over 10,000 beings can be batch processed for enlightenment all at once. This isn't one-on-one coaching. This is cluster enlightenment, a massively parallel spiritual upgrade. It's just mind-blowing, right?
Okay, I know this all sounds huge, vast, cosmic even. But here's the thing. The text implies this blueprint isn't just for some legendary figures from the past. It's a framework for us, right here, right now. So let's talk about how you can go from just being a user in the system to becoming a developer.
So, where do you even start writing your own code? It really comes down to asking yourself three key design questions. First, you define your state. What kind of person do you want to become? Second, you design your world. What kind of reality do you want to create around you? And third, you set your impact. How will your system, your reality, help others awaken? That right there, that's your personal blueprint. And this idea just completely flips the script on what we normally think of as compassion. It's a huge shift in perspective. It suggests that the most profound act of kindness isn't just solving one person's problem. It's architecting a system, an environment, a culture, where positive transformation becomes effortless and automatic for everyone. So at the end of the day, this ancient blueprint leaves us with a really personal question. Are you content to just keep running the default program you've been given in your life? Or are you ready to pick up the tools, become an architect, and start writing the code for the world you actually want to build?